The whole town of Douglas City would later promise they saw badness that warm afternoon, but not one person knew the real facts, and the man who started the worst rumor was not a newcomer. The truth began the moment a young woman stepped off the train and two brothers looked at her with very different eyes. Dust hung thick in the air as the train hissed to a stop under the Kansas sun. Lily was only 22, her dress too light for the steps, her hands holding tightly to a single bag that held her entire future. She was a bride sent west by letter, promised to a man she had never met. She did not know a simple line of writing could turn into a trap. Austin was waiting at the edge of the platform, 49 years old, big-shouldered, made strong by cattle work and quietness. He removed his hat when he saw her. He did not smile much, he did not stare. He simply moved his head, as if honoring a promise made long ago. And then there was Sam. Sam leaned against a post near the local bar, boots crossed, eyes sharp. He was younger than Austin, smoother, louder, and hungry in ways the flat land never forgave. He smiled like a man who always got what he wanted, one way or another. The moment Lily stepped down, his gaze stuck to her like he owned her. Not interest, but possession. That was the first second everything went wrong. Austin introduced himself softly, offering his hand with care. Lily shook it, relieved by his calm manner, not knowing how Sam moved closer, smiling like a man already planning. Sam spoke too fast, too friendly. He offered to carry her bag. He joked about farm life. He leaned close enough for his voice to drop. "Are you sure you came for the right brother?" He said it like a tease, but his eyes said something darker. Lily felt it then, that prickle on her back, that feeling of being watched, weighed, and judged. She did not know the town yet, but the town already knew her. By sunset, Douglas City was whispering. A young bride, an older groom, a woman alone in a place that eats up weakness. Austin saw the looks and said nothing. Sam saw the looks and kept them like tools. As they left the station and went toward the farm, Sam walked just a step behind Lily, close enough to guide her, close enough to catch her, close enough to believe she might belong to him instead. That night, as the sun burned red over the Kansas grass, Sam made a quiet decision. If the town could be turned against his brother, he would do it. If the girl could be shamed, she would be broken. And if she broke, she would have nowhere to stand except with him. Lily thought she was stepping into a marriage. She did not know she was stepping into a fight between brothers. And in Douglas City, the quiet fights were the ones that drew blood. And when the town finally turned on her, would she see who truly meant to keep her safe before it was too late? The quiet watch. The first week at Austin's farm felt peaceful on the surface, too peaceful. Summer heat lay heavy over the Kansas grass. Bugs buzzed like gossip that never stopped. Lily tried to get used to her new life, learning about the cattle, water buckets, and long afternoons that went on forever. Austin kept his word. He gave her space. He wooed her. He spoke when it mattered. He treated her like a woman, not a purchase. Sam watched it all. Every morning, he found a reason to be nearby. Lily started to feel like she couldn't breathe without Sam seeing her, fixing a fence that did not need fixing, giving advice no one asked for, smiling just a little too long when Austin looked away. Lily noticed the way his eyes followed her, not friendly, not curious, but calculating. Austin noticed too. He said nothing. Out here, men handle problems when they have proof. The accident happened just after noon when the heat was hard and the horses grew restless. Lily wanted to learn to ride well, not like a guest, but like someone who belonged. Austin agreed, walking beside her as she climbed near the windmill by the open field. A sound scared the horse, maybe a shout from the road, maybe laughter from town. The horse pulled back. Lily slipped. She hit the ground hard, pain shooting up her leg. Austin was at her side at once. Steady hands, calm voice. He knelt, lifting the edge of her skirt just enough to see where the bruise was already turning dark under her skin. Right then, a laugh came from the road, and Lily froze. Lily grabbed his wrist, breath tight. "Don't, someone might see." Austin waited only a moment. Out here, you don't take risks with a hurt leg." He finished checking the bruise and then helped her stand. Neither of them noticed the rider slow down on the road past the fence. But that rider noticed everything, and he rode straight back to town. That rider was Sam's hired helper, and he smiled all the way back to town. By night, the story was already changing. A man at the bar swore he saw something wrong. A woman at the church whispered about doing what is right. By morning, Douglas City was buzzing. Sam moved like a savior. He shook his head with fake worry. He spoke softly about keeping safe a young woman's good name. Then he found Lily alone near the barn. "People talk," he said gently. "They are mean when they don't understand. I could help you," he added. "You shouldn't be tied to a scandal this early." His hand stayed a little too close, like her future belonged in his pocket. Lily felt the trap closing, even if she could not yet name it. Sam was not offering help. He was offering control. And as the town made up its mind, one question hung heavy in the warm air. When the lies finally turned dangerous, would Austin see what his brother was truly planning before Lily lost everything? The decision. By the next morning, Douglas City had decided who Lily was. No one asked her, no one waited for the truth. A woman passing the shop looked her up and down and turned away. A man outside the bar laughed and said something she pretended not to hear. Lily felt it in the air, thick like summer heat. Once a town decides, it does not rush to change its mind. Austin noticed the change right away. He saw how people stopped meeting his eyes, how talking went quiet when he entered a room. He did not argue. He believed lies burn out faster when they are not fed attention. Sam believed the opposite. He agreed with the whispers. He nodded with fake sympathy. He told people he was worried for the girl. He said Austin did not understand how towns worked. And then he went to Lily again. This time his voice dropped lower, kind, careful. "People can be mean," he said gently. "They don't forgive easily here. But a woman with a husband, a proper husband, she gets protected." He wasn't trying to save her. He was trying to claim her. Lily felt her stomach turn. It was not the words, it was the patience behind them. Sam was not rushing. He was waiting for her to feel cornered. That afternoon, Austin found her sitting on the porch steps, hands held tight. She did not cry. She did not accuse. She only asked one question. "Did I do something wrong?" Austin sat beside her. The wooden floor made a sound under his weight. "No," he said. "You got hurt, that's all." She believed him. That was the difference Sam did not understand. But trust alone does not stop danger. If you were Austin, would you swallow your pride and stay silent, or would you hit your own brother right then? As evening came, Sam made his move. He spoke to the right people. He made sure the right doors closed. He told Lily there was a way out before things got worse. A short ride, a quiet talk just to settle things. Austin heard about it too late. A look from a farm worker, a comment that did not feel right, and suddenly the pieces fit together in a way that made his blood turn cold. Because this was no longer about gossip, it was about control. And as night settled over Douglas City, one thing became clear. Someone was about to cross a line they could not walk back from. And when that line is crossed, it happens fast, usually in the dark. The fight. Night came slowly and thickly over Douglas City, the kind of night where voices traveled farther than they should, the kind of night where bad ideas felt brave. Lily stood near the edge of the stables, hands held tight at her waist. Sam had told her it would be simple, just a short ride, just a talk where no one could misunderstand them. He said it was the only way to calm the town down. She did not like the way the wagon was already ready. She did not like how prepared everything felt, like he had planned the night before she ever agreed to come. She did not like how his smile never quite reached his eyes. Sam stepped closer. "You trust me, don't you?" He said it like an answer, not a question. Before she could speak, a hand closed around her arm, and that was the moment Lily knew Sam wasn't asking anymore. Not rough, not yet, but strong enough to leave no doubt. That was when Austin's voice cut through the dark. "Let her go." The yard became still. A horse stamped once. Somewhere, a door closed softly. Sam turned, surprise on his face, before it hardened into something ugly. "You were always slow, brother," he said. "Slow to see what's right in front of you." Austin stepped forward, shoulders square, jaw tight. "This stops now." Sam laughed, too loudly, too quickly. He pushed Lily away just enough to get room, and then Austin hit him. Not wildly, not angry, but clean and heavy, the kind of punch that comes from years of holding back. One punch, that's all it took. Sam went down hard, dust and pride mixing under the lamplight. He came up swinging, shouting, grabbing for anything he could find. Lily backed away, heart pounding, watching the two men crash into each other like a storm that had been building all summer. This was no longer about gossip. This was about who thought they owned her. Sam jumped again, rage in his eyes. Austin blocked him, pushed him back, and spoke low enough that only his brother could hear. "You don't touch her, you don't speak for her, and you don't get to hide behind this town anymore." Someone called for the sheriff. Someone else yelled to stop it. But the truth had already spilled out. When Sam stumbled toward the wagon, trying to stand up, a farm helper stepped forward, then another. They had seen how ready everything was. The wagon, the timing, the way Sam grabbed her arm, the plan that was never meant to be kind. The crowd moved. Whispers changed direction. Austin moved to Lily, standing between her and everything else. "I've known Sam all my life," he said. "He always wanted what wasn't his. Tonight, he went too far." He did not ask if she was okay. He already knew she was not. The sheriff finally pushed through the small crowd, boots heavy on the dirt, lamplight catching the badge on his chest. He took one look at Sam's face, then at Austin's hands, and he didn't ask who started it. In Douglas City, trouble always had a smell, and tonight it smelled like Sam. Sam wiped his mouth with the back of his wrist and tried to smile. He lifted his hands as if he were the sensible one. "Sheriff," he said, "you're seeing this wrong. She agreed to come. We were just talking. My brother came running in, and now everyone wants a bad guy." A few people shifted like they wanted to believe the easiest story. A pretty young woman must have caused trouble. A jealous older man must have lost control. That was the kind of story towns liked because it let them stay comfortable. Then Lily stepped forward. Not far, just one step, but it changed the air. Her voice wasn't loud, but it didn't shake. "I didn't agree to anything," she said. "He grabbed my arm. He told me I needed a proper husband, and he meant himself." The delivery man nodded once, slowly, like he'd seen that kind of grab before. A farm helper cleared his throat and said he heard Sam promise it would be quick and quiet and easier if she stopped fighting the town. The sheriff looked at Sam like a man looking at bad meat. Sam's smile finally left. He looked around searching for someone to save him, but the crowd had gone careful and still. Austin didn't say a word. He didn't have to. He simply moved half a step closer to Lily, close enough to say, without saying it, "You are not alone." And right there, under the lamplight and summer dust, Douglas City had a choice to make, and Sam knew it. When morning came, would this town finally see who Sam truly was, or would they choose the easy lie one last time? The new day. Morning came softer than anyone expected. The sun rose over Douglas City like it had every other day, steady and not caring. But something had changed underneath it. The crowd that gathered near the stables did not speak as loudly now, eyes down. Whispers became thin. Not everyone believed it right away. A few men still mumbled quietly. Old ways die hard in small towns like this. But then a voice spoke up from near the hitching post, an older man, someone who had lived here long enough to remember worse days. He said he'd seen Sam hanging around that wagon long before night, and he heard Sam telling her it was just a short ride. The sheriff didn't argue. He only said, "I have heard enough." Sam stood with dust on his coat, and shame he could not brush away. Quiet witnesses had come forward. There was no preaching needed. The truth had already done its work. Austin did not boast. He did not raise his voice. He stood beside Lily, close enough that she felt his strength without being hidden by him. That mattered more than words. Lily looked around the town that had judged her so quickly. She did not beg for understanding. She did not apologize. She simply stayed standing next to Austin, and that was the moment the town truly saw her. By noon, the story had changed, not into something kind, but into something honest. A man had crossed the line, a woman had been kept safe, and silence had finally chosen the side it should have taken from the start. Austin and Lily walked back toward the farm together, slower than before, not because they were unsure, but because they did not need to rush anymore. Out on the open land, with bugs humming and wind moving through tall grass, Lily spoke first. She asked if staying would always be this hard. Austin thought about it, then answered the only way a man like him could. Some days will be harder, some days will be better, but no one gets to decide who you are except you. That stayed with her, and maybe it stayed with the town, too. Maybe this story wasn't about scandal at all. Maybe it was about how easy it is to judge and how hard it is to stand still when everyone else is pointing fingers. Most times, the right thing doesn't feel easy. It just feels needed. So, here's the question to carry with you. If you had been there that summer when the whispers started, where would you have stood? If this story moved you, take a second to tap the like button. It assists more than you might imagine. And if you enjoy thoughtful stories from the Old West, consider subscribing to the channel so you do not miss the next one. These stories live best when they are shared, remembered, and discussed. And sometimes they remind us of who we want to be when it is our turn to choose.